Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And just to reinforce how volatile the situation is right now in South Africa, I'm going to play you a couple of clips from the discussion we had last night with Legion. And basically the situation in South Africa is that the minority groups, led by the Boers and the whites, are at a point where they've just about had enough. And in this first clip, you will hear how General van Zyl, Isaac van Zyl, who leads the Legion, talks about that tipping point. When would the white people go to war with the South African government? Here we go.
Allow me. He can't allow much more anymore, because then civil society will stand up, and they know very well that we are preparing. They know very well, and don't think for one moment, and you know, the listeners must not for one moment forget that we know war. We come from a history of warfare. We fought a lot of wars in the past. We are not scared of war. And they know that. They know that. So they are engaging themselves, and they contain the protracted war as long as they can, and they will increase the pressure. You know, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa said he will just increase the heat, and then the frogs will freeze inside the heat, and they will not be able to jump out. But I can tell you that lots and lots of our people, especially the veterans, the military veterans, already jumped out. And I can tell you that we are not scared for war. We are waiting for them to overstep the boundaries. The moment they are overstepping the boundaries, war is on. But then we have the advantage of the international opinion and the public opinion behind us, because we didn't start it. And within the international community, everyone can see what's transpiring in South Africa. Everyone can see who are the provocateurs in this situation. Not the white people, not the minority people. We are the victims of the tyranny of the majority in this country, and the head of state is doing nothing about it. His cabinet, even the opposition parties, are doing nothing about it.
Now, talking about war, the Member of Parliament in the Western Cape, Albert Fritz, stated earlier this week that there is a war zone in the Western Cape already. Basically, there is a war zone. And General van Zyl actually said the war zone is all over South Africa. He says, you know, it's on the roads, it's in the cities, and it is like a war zone in large parts of South Africa. And in this article that covers what's happening in the Western Cape, it just confirms the view that things are just going from bad to worse. There were 331 murders in the Western Cape in May, a year-on increase of 27 murders. The statistics provided by Premier Alan Winder were sourced from the Forensic Services Unit within the Western Cape Department of Health. Now, those are known murders, and we need to identify that is people who are known to have been killed. Clearly, there are more people who've been killed and their bodies have been hidden. So we're probably talking about 500 in just 1 month in just one region of South Africa. 500 murders, just as a ballpark. Of the 331 murders in the province, 171 were related gunshots, and 116 were the result of stabbings. 271 were committed in the Cape Town metro. Hear that? 271 murders were committed in the metro or the Cape Town area. Wind says the year-on-year increase in murders points to a systemic failure by the police to curb crime and violence. He said the anti-gang unit had had some success but was clearly having little impact on the murder rate. Wind called on Police Minister Becky Cele to intervene. The call came as Cele was visiting the Samora Machel area in Cape Town on Tuesday to meet with communities about policing. Now, clearly the police service in South Africa are not coping with the level of crime. No one ever gets arrested. We've said this so many times. Now, in the second clip, I'm going to play you another piece out of the discussion that was held last night with General Isaac van Zyl of the Boer Legion. And in it you will get a clear understanding of where the Boers are right now. And when I talk about the Boers, I'm talking about the white community in general, are right now in South Africa. And it's getting very close to that tipping point, as you will hear.
Now, you've mentioned we're on a knife edge. Now, what is the tipping point as far as you're concerned where you then have to take action? I mean, is it, for example, when they start trying to take land without compensation? What is the actual point?
I think that will definitely be the tipping point when innocent citizens are going to be robbed of their property. And legally so. I don't think that law-abiding citizens in this country will allow any situation where the government uses the police force and the army to dispossess people from their right to own property, their right to stay on their own property, the right to do business on their property. And that will be definitely the tipping point.
Okay, so there you have it. The minority groups, and I'm not just talking about the whites, have basically had enough. And the black ANC government is totally incompetent. They're screwing the country into the ground. And we're at a point right now where South Africa is at the crossroads. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates, and have a great evening. Bye for now.